Hello there, this is Jising So, and I am going to play something other than Free Space 2 this time. I just did the one where we watched the Sathanas get destroyed, and then I fumble around in the next mission and I don't do so well. Go through it 3 times and lost the Keb transport every time. So I'm gonna take a little break from that, do something a little different. Now, I got this game called Shadowrun Returns. It's a successor to the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis games by nearly the same name. They're both called Shadowrun, but they're very, very different. The one for Super Nintendo features a guy named Jake Armitage, who at the beginning of the game kind of just stumbles out of stumbles out of a morgue, and then stuff happens. And then in the Sega Genesis version, the main character's brother gets killed. I think that was his brother. And then he goes to Seattle and does stuff. So here, with the new Shadowrun Returns, it kind of starts out with a very similar premise. Your best friend gets killed, at least in the main campaign, and then, well, you try to find out what happened. So, let's get that started, shall we? Here we are. Let's see. Options. All the options are as I want them to be. New game. Dead Man Switch. Launch campaign. Blah blah blah. Utterly average people, huh? +1 to charisma. Elves are the quickest people. Let's see, who should we pick? I don't know. I don't think it matters too much. Let's pick this guy. Now, this game is somewhat slower than Free Space 2. I can stand around or sit around and think for a while before doing something. I kind of like that. That's kind of why I'm playing this game right now. So let's see, there's body. It's like, what's it called? Constitution, dexterity, strength, obvious, intelligence, willpower, and charisma. It's a lot like NetHack. But I don't know. I think I'll just go for all quickness. And range combat. Yep, quickness and range combat. Oh, let's see. What should we call him? I don't know. Being asked to input something completely arbitrary is usually very difficult for me. It's kind of like asking me to make a new password. I'm not very good at that. How about Valerian? Down and out. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now, it's about all you have left. Running the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you're Nova Hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging Fixer hasn't called, the money's ran out, and then some. Sinless and free. Free to starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your nuyen. Something needs to change, and soon. Nowhere to go but down. Also, another reason why I'm playing this is to just generate data for the video recorder. I want to see if I can go up to 3 hours. Because I've tested it up to 1 hour with the last recording, but with the previous version of the HD PVR2 driver, it kind of didn't work with long recordings, so we'll see how it does this time. A slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. Your notebook, calendar, contacts, that kind of thing. The list is sad, dried up. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing to do. Huh, the vid phone is ringing. Sam Watts. The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey buddy, hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again. Or worse. Where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business, like you, for example. So, why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are... me. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterwards? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd. That's a name you haven't heard for a long time. "3 years ago, a makeshift bar on the Seattle docks, the night Dowd went down." We've got some shifty looking guys here. Sangoma and New Larry. Sangoma is an urban shaman who proved her worth during a run against Fuchi last fall. She is the quiet type, an experienced runner. We're out in the open here, Valerian. Late for another appointment, Sangoma? Sarcasm doesn't suit you. Let's wait another 5. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd. Never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fragging city, Valerian. It's wet and the rain feels like acid and I want out of here. I get it. Now take a pill and relax. Sure, Valerian, sure. Whatever you say. I don't know, Valerian. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. He shakes his head. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday. Now, the fixer's late. Smell funny to you? Hell yeah, it smells funny! Look at where he set the meeting. This was supposed to be a public place. Cut the drag, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down, and it wasn't the fixer or some other paranoid chip dream of yours. Sam's smiles a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say, don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You were sloppy. He laughs. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. You've been drinking, Sam? On a run? No. Not a drop. Not today. Not ever. Something dawns on him. He leans into New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up, and he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Renraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. Hands where I can see them, asshole. He stops and a smile slowly appears on his face. What? You're gonna take my gun away, Valerian? You know I don't need one. We've got incoming! New Larry relaxes and throws you a Drek-eating grin. Looks like my new Renraku friends are finally here. They're gonna take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, Valerian. That guy was never my friend. Mine either. Think I'll shoot him. Leave the mage, kill the others. Blah blah blah. I don't need tutorials. I hate tutorials. Alright. Man. Alright, she's got a rifle. There we go. He had that coming. Hopefully they don't throw any grenades. Wait. Alright, well, they're good shots. Is there someone else? Not yet, I guess, but they're coming. Alright, let's reload. That it? Alright. And... or maybe buff, if that's possible. No one's injured. Alright, never mind. Ah, we got incoming. Focus fire. All right. Uh-oh, grenade. Dang it! Uh-oh. More incoming. Oop, reload. Actually, no. Move her closer to everyone and then do that. Cool. All right. Not very likely to hit. Oh, not very likely to hit. Cool. Yeah. Sangoma lowers her gun, eyes Sam. You okay, Sam? Sam's breathing is heavy and he looks shaken. That was a hell of a thing. You did good. You were born for this gig, Valerian. Me? Not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up, find a nice brothel somewhere, stay drunk until I croak. What about you? Me? I do this. It's the life I know. It's the only life I know. Well, you're a dumbass, and I'll drink to you when you're dead. Who am I kidding? I'm not gonna last you. Guess you can drink to me. You stare at Sam's face on your comlink. Shake off the memory. Focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now, I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 new yen insurance policy payable when you find who creased me, alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification. Either works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain, when the job is done. They'll know what to do. He turns to his left. Chet? The camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watts' wishes, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain has installed a secure dedicated phone line so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up, talks seriously. First time. Look, Valerian, I've led a Drek life, and I probably left a Drek corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Guess I'm heading to Seattle. The Dead Man's Switch. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped backseat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for Nguyen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. Alright. I'm in the back. Ugh. Oh, here he is. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job," a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in a chop shop trade. In the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin as there's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. Sorry, didn't expect to see any visitors at this hour, and some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner? I'm John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are... No one you've ever heard of. Now tell me about Sam Watts. He fixes you with a hard gaze. Careful, friend. I can have Lone Star here in 2 minutes. Now, what makes you think I'd know anything about Sam Watts? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So, who told you he was dead? Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I got sent a recorded message asking me to send his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch. The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man's switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over there. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Emerald City Ripper? Not my title. That's just what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel, but this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. What prize did the Ripper take from Sam? Watt's liver was cut clean out. How about the other lucky contestants? The first victim's heart was missing. The third had the spleen removed. Dresden, get out here! Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of central casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. So, this new Rippervic, Watts, name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now, let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. This Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed, with a slim hand that knows its way around the scalpel, has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy too. So, I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon. Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeon who still uses scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. You're no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. Who the hell are you? I'm new in town. You the welcoming committee? If you're new in town, then let me be the first to tell you that I run the show. If you get in my way, you'll end up back here on a slab. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I am putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Not a friendly guy. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties too. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm gonna return the favor. Fascinating again! Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 new yen a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? On the take? Who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in that sentence? My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say it wasn't suicide, but there were some unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new yen, but individual organs? Not worth as much anymore. What with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days, Organ Grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky though, and they don't care where the bodies came from either. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them very much anymore. It's possible some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around these body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay then. I'll go do that. I think I'll look at stuff first, though. Item, medkit. Nice. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet, his face an ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest there's a small pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called the Seamstresses Union. There's something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. It's a standard, cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. Hehe. Received 300 new yen. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The blood sloshes a bit in your hand. You can only see part of the note, given the torn off bits and blood stains. Sam, I feel terrible that we have been long to say I'm sorry. See you there. Love, Jessica. Interesting. More medical supplies. Yeah. What's this? The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. For anyone who's not that acquainted to Celsius, let me think. That's approximately 70 degrees, maybe 67 approximately. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa, easy there. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue drawer, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, I didn't expect you to be so alive. Yeah, Dresden thinks it's pretty funny. You're not the first person he's pulled this on. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I notice you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, what's your story? The latest Ripper victim. Did you know him? Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy, always in trouble over something or other though. John, is this guy cool? Yeah, he's on the level, working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. Alright then, the name's Jake. And you are? Nice to meet you, Jake. I'm Valerian. And well-mannered too, such a rare thing in this city. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right, I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. I'd been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. Damn, Maybe I need some soy calf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now, what's wrong with this intestine? Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off my head. Sam stumbled off during the fight though, and that's the last I saw of him, until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. You've done this before? It's a long story. I end up in the morgue more often than the average guy. Yeah, Jake here is a regular. Should have started a rewards card, Jake. A few more visits and you'd get a free night stay. I'll hold you to that, John. Anyway, they found Sam's body less than a block away from the Union, missing liver and all. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leader's got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. And maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? I do a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, Jake, count me in. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers, but this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So, you need a weapon? I like to keep my distance. Got a rifle? You don't like library windows, do you? Never mind. Here's a rifle you can borrow. So, ready for an evening out on the town? Just a minute. Tell me more about these gangers first. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in town. Their symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like their version of trick-or-treating very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners in the Barrens looking for me. We can take him out. We take him out. Maybe I can breathe a little bit easier. I'm ready. I'll follow your lead. These Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. Alright, now what? Do we just leave? Yep. The Redmond Barrens. Run in the Seattle sprawl, and sooner or later, you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business, the Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. My stash is just around the corner, in the alley. Does a bus stop here? I don't know, I don't live here. Looking for a date? Elves are my favorite. Open the safe. Well. Hand over the loot, bozos! Really? May as well. Boop. That was easy. So, welcome to the Barrens. Guess I'll need to find a new spot to hide my gear. Good dead drops are so hard to keep. Well, at least they were too dumb to break my mag lock. Now that you've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeners. Ha! Wieners, really? The man before you appears well-mannered, but nervous. Excuse me, sir. I don't know you, but you look like you could handle yourself in a fight, and we need some help. What's your problem? Some thugs are shaking down the market where we've set up here. It's been getting worse lately. I don't think we can afford to pay them anymore, but no one will stand up to them, and Lone Star isn't about to get involved. Where's this market of yours at? It's just down the street, sir. Please, our livelihoods depend on this market. Okay. Her clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden.
Hey, it's not my business, but I wouldn't go that way.
Why? What's going on?
Just some Halloweeners stirring up trouble again.
She points to the south.
They rode up this morning on those fancy bikes, set up camp in the old street market. They've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone who wanders past.
Typical. Well, odds are, those are the guys we're after. Thanks for the heads up.
No sweat.
Okay, let's go attack them. Hey, asswipes! Take another step forward and we're gonna plant you right there. This is Halloween property now. This is one of the two that got away. If I hadn't missed my shot, these idiots would have given up and moved on by now. Wait a minute, you're rolling with Jake? Bad idea, chummer. The Halloweeners are collecting that bounty, and killing you? Well, that'll be a nice bonus. Well, he's dead. Haha. Where are the others? I don't even know. I don't see him. No Overwatch. Any buffs? Yeah, that was good. No one out here? Sheesh. I'll just reload. Ooh. What the beep? Oh. Why not? Well, I can do with this. Lucky. Huh. Come on. Wait. I think this is what's called a ley line, right? Not that that's important. Oh dear. Oh man. Not that he needs it. Whatever. Visually, it doesn't look like his line of sight should be blocked, but it is. So, it is what it is. And no Overwatch, come on. Whoop. Whoa, Uncle, I was just playing with you. I'll call off the rest of the Halloweeners, Jake. Call it even, yeah? Dirtbags like you don't need second chances. Oh, Drek. There we go. Alright, I wonder, do we tell that guy that the problem's been dealt with? Run faster. Guess not, huh? Oh well. The smell of fried food, powdered sugar, and slightly burned soy calf is almost enough to overpower the dusty sewage stench of Redmond streets. The troll, working the stand, is covered in food stains older than he is. What can I get you, chummer? I'll take a jelly donut and a soy calf. Enjoy. Who's that? I don't even know. The dwarf merchant is packing up her stand for the night. I'm closed. Come back tomorrow. Never mind. I'll be going now. Sure, whatever. Oh, here's the murder scene. As you approach the scene of Sam's murder, Jake spies the flashing red and blue lights ahead. Whoa, hold up a minute. Lone Star isn't above collecting on a corp-issued bounty, and the one on my head isn't going away anytime soon. Sorry, friend. I think this is where our paths diverge. Thanks again for the help with those Halloweeners. Here's your payment. They don't take Nuyen where I'm going, and you look like you could use the funds. Good luck out there. Yeah, you too. Hey, one more thing. When you're done checking out your pal's crime scene, pop into the Seamstresses Union. It's just down the street. You'll need gear, information, or just a damn stiff drink. That's the place to be. Best dive this side of Chicago. I used that place as a base of operations for years, back in the day. Make the right friends here, and I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of this Ripper business. Well, nice knowing you. The bright yellow police tape cuts through the darkness, directing your eyes to the yellow chalk outline and dark red stain marking the slab of pavement where Sam Watts died. Standing at the entrance to the alley is a Lone Star officer. The cop looks cold, hungry, and irritated at the homeless man who's currently pestering him.
I keep telling you, I need to get my stuff from the alley or I'm gonna die in the cold tonight.
And I've been trying to explain to you that this is an official Lone Star investigation, and I can't let anyone in here.
Hey, I got rights.
Look, you sinless garbage. I've got a job to do. Find a new blanket or I'll find a reason to use my stun baton.
Typical. I hate all you pigs.
He looks in your direction. Now what? Long night, eh? You look cold, so I picked up a donut and some soy calf for you. Hey, thanks! You know, when my dad was a cop, this was back when cops actually worked for the government, he said folks would buy him a coffee all the time, but I ain't seen it till now. So, what can I do for you? Blah, 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 blah. Sure, dig in. I certainly wouldn't mind those guys getting taken down a peg or two. Man, do they put on airs if you know what I mean. Bottom of a test tube. Blanket, huh? As you shuffle the bundle of cloth to the side, a printed receipt falls out from the bottom of the folds of the blanket. It's a bar tab receipt from the Seamstresses Union dated 2 days ago at 3:02 a.m., right around the coroner's reported time of death. The customer, Sam Watts. The server's name is listed as Coyote. Pick up the coat and blankets. Magic.
My stuff. Mighty decent of you. You don't see that kind of thing too often out here.
Know anything about the murder that took place here?
You a copper? Or working for some corp?
Just a freelancer. I need to ask you some questions.
Good. I never tell those cops and salarymen nothing. What do you want to know?
Did you see the murder?
Nope, and I can't say I'm sorry I missed it. I was hauling crates for Mrs. James up at the market. Can't carry as many as I used to, so it took a while. Got back in here in time to see a couple of tourists puking all over my home turf. By then, that jerk face in the uniform had already set up shop in my alley. Sure, for the last couple of months I've been sleeping there, but I spend my days out doing odd jobs for the street merchants or panhandling tourists over near the Seamstresses Union.
What else did you see that night?
Well, you know, earlier in the night, I saw a big and ugly troll in green hospital scrubs snooping around the block. He bought some donuts and 2 cups of soy calf off of Dan over there. Seemed nervous. And he did everything with his left hand because his right was all screwed up with some cyberware.
Can you tell me some more about the troll's cyberware?
Well, it was big, and I think it must have had some hospital attachments because I saw some needles. It was a lot like one I saw back in 44 when I got captured by elves. They did all sorts of experiments on me. Let me tell you, never trusted one of those cyber people.
That's all I needed to know. Thanks.
See you around.
All right. Read that already? You sell some donuts to a troll wearing scrubs last night? Maybe. What's it to you? I sell a lot of donuts to a lot of people. I know how Lone Star profiles metahumans. I tell them about a troll that bought donuts from me right before a murder. They'll haul him in just to see if anyone will pay the bail. Not today, my friend. Who's this guy? Hey, chummer. Got some tasty morsels for you. Just what every well-dressed Shadowrunner should have in his back pocket. Let's see what you have. Ew. I don't like drugs. I wonder if you can get addicted to them like Jet and whatever else you call whatever else was out there in Fallout. I forgot. Shoot, I didn't use them much. Jet, Mentats, whatever else. Yes. Relative to the rest of the Barrens, Touristville is a neon-clothed oasis. At its heart is the Seamstresses Union, housed in an old brownstone building on the corner of Illegal and Opportunity. Bums huddle together, gangers strut the streets, and the occasional salaryman comes slumming. The Union building has been retrofitted, rebuilt, and restored so many times that it's like an aging starlet wearing too much makeup in an attempt to stay young. The wild ivy growing out of the gutters adds to the effect. As you enter, the murmur of hushed conversation washes over you. The dive bar denizens raise their heads, take your measure, then go back to their business. This is the kind of place where everyone knows your name, but keeps to themselves. Anyway, I got a whole bunch of karma. Maybe I should spend it. I like quickness. Alright. He's gonna be really good at shooting rifles. Cherry bomb. The bartender is a striking elf sporting a perfectly toned body, perfectly pouty lips, and perfectly tapered ears. Her eyes harmonize "save me" and "take me" in equal measure, hitting just the right notes for the maximum extraction of tips. She looks at you, sees another elf, and smiles big.
Hey there! I haven't seen you here before. What can I get you?
I found a bar tab with Coyote's name on it. She here? She looks worried.
No, I think she's away on business.
Business, huh? Is she a shaman? With a name like Coyote.
No, she shot a coyote once, thinking it was a shaman who double-crossed her. We've been calling her Coyote ever since. She's been missing since yesterday. Some people think the Ripper got her, but I know her. Coyote can take care of herself.
She starts to turn away when a man with the face of a survivor and the zeal of a convert tugs at her arm, hard. It's clear the two have a history. They try to keep their voices low, but the intensity of their conversation makes them easy to overhear. Cherry, you have to listen to me. If you stick around here, you can end up dead or worse. The Ripper is out there and he's real. That last killing happened just down the block. And now Coyote's missing. They'll probably find her tomorrow in a dumpster without her head. Come on, Cherry Bomb, think!
I think plenty, Shane. I'm getting a PH freaking D from UW in neuroprosthetics, studying under Ojamans. And how am I paying for it? Bartending, tips. There are faster ways for a Barrens girl to earn that kind of scratch, but I'm not taking them. So what do you want from me? I want what you want. A better life, a better world for everyone. The Universal Brotherhood can give you that. I've heard all this before. This isn't some trick to get us back together. Things are different now. I'm different now. The Brotherhood... Cherry Bomb's pretty face is hard, armored in lipstick and low expectations. The Universal Brotherhood is for other people, Shane. Rich Bellevue types who can afford their membership fees and voluntary donations. This isn't about money. It's about binding the world together in brotherhood. Come with me. Attend a discovery meeting. Get to the core of who you are. I heard Lynn Telestrian give a talk last night called The New Family of the Sixth World. I've got a family right here, Shane. They're drunks and lowlifes and whores, and I choose them over any of your Brotherhood members. Now, Buzz, I need to get back to work. With body language that leaves no question that the conversation is over, Cherry Bomb turns her back on him. Sorry, I got interrupted. Boyfriend and found religion? Something like that. You've got a look in your eyes that says you're not just here for the entertainment. You a badge? Do I look like a cop? No, baby. You look like someone who knows the shadows. We're trained to spot a bronze the minute they walk in here. Something I can help you with? I have a few questions. Ask away. Tell me about this place. Some come here for booze, some for companionship, others are looking for something they can't get anywhere else. If it's illegal or immoral, and it can be bought, sold, rented, or consumed, you can probably find it here. The Union seems to attract people like you. Who was that you were talking to? Shane, old boyfriend. He used to work here. Then one day, he saw a billboard for the Universal Brotherhood, and that was that. Went to a meeting, made new friends, moved in with them. I was happy for him until he started coming around trying to recruit me. I don't need that dreck. Ever hear the name Sam Watts? Sam was a regular customer and a regular pain in the ass for as long as I've been here. Talked a big game, but he was always broke. As soon as he had any money in his pocket, it went straight to his head. Chips, drugs, or booze. Coyote had a soft spot for him, though. Did you see Sam on the night he died? No, that was Coyote's shift. Who runs this place? I want to talk to them. That would be Mrs. Kubota. She's in the back room. You can't miss her. Whiz. You'll sweat. Talk to you later. Jin Parks. The Asian woman's expression reads, open for business, but her demeanor reads, dealer, rather than companion. She has a jack on her neck, a gun on her hip, and a chip on her shoulder. She eyes you with a sneer. You look like you know your way around. Need something? Weapons? Matrix tech? Weapon. Maybe not. Mr. Clue. Posted at the doorway of the VIP section is a tower of troll muscle wrapped in an impossibly tailored suit. Whether the product of good genes or expensive aftermarket cosmetic work, the troll's gleaming horns perfectly frame his face, and his polished tusks and goatee accentuate the set of a lantern jaw. Welcome. Behave yourself. Will do. You get in trouble?
You get trouble in here often? Nothing a stern look can't usually solve. You have business here?
I was a friend of Sam Watts. Know him?
Sure. Everyone here knew Sam. Shame to lose a part of the family.
There is a sharpness in Clue's eyes, the look of a man who has seen much and earned wisdom at a young age. In your role here, I suppose you often escorted Sam to the door.
Yes, albeit gently. Sam was a drunk, but he usually wasn't a violent one.
Usually? What about the night he died?
He was a bit agitated. Didn't catch the specifics. Might have been over a woman. Thought I was going to have to show him out, but I had to deal with a couple of rival go-gangers posturing for one of the working girls upstairs. Jake helped Sam out instead. I appreciate you talking with me. Happy to help.
Mrs. Kubota. Mrs. Kubota watches you across the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see that she's of mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says, "This is my house. Mess with it at your peril." But her eyes sparkle with a playful light when she speaks. "Konbanwa! Good evening." My, but aren't you the pretty elf? Are you enjoying the Seamstresses Union? There should be plenty for a man like you to enjoy. Or is this business? I just need a moment of your time, Mrs. Kubota. I have topics to discuss. Soka. And why should I help you? Sam Watts. I'm looking for his killer. Ah, so you are the little insurance company he would go on about when he was drunk. His avenging angel who would strike back for him from beyond the grave. What do you want to know? How well did you know Sam? I knew him. We all did. Sam was a regular here. Whenever he could beg or borrow enough new yen to become altered in some way, drugs, chips, alcohol, it didn't matter to Sam as long as he was bent. He was always looking for his next fix. He clung to this place like it was his lifeline, and we treated him as part of the family, even if none of us truly liked him, except Coyote. Did you see Sam on the night of his death? He was here, quite inebriated, as often was. Coyote was working bar that night, and she informed me that Sam was getting rowdy and belligerent with other customers. When I requested he leave, he refused. My bouncer, Mr. Clue, was off dealing with another issue, so I requested that Jake escort Sam out the back door to the alley. That was the last I saw either of them. Why is this place called the Seamstresses Union? During the gold rush years, there was a census, and the politicians wanted as high a number as possible to gain power and revenue. To bolster their numbers, they decided to include all the working girls, of which there were many, to the rolls. However, given the times, they could not list the girls' true occupation, so they all entered them as seamstresses. When a girl accumulated enough money to open her own place of business, she named it the Seamstresses Union, so potential workers would know that they would be treated fairly there, and thus a rich tradition was born. So, you're a former seamstress? No. Perhaps when we know each other more, I will reveal more about myself. For now, enjoy the union. One more question. Can you tell me where to find Coyote? Would that I could.
I have not seen her in 2 days. She is a smart woman and quite dangerous, but I fear for her. If she's dangerous, why fear for her? Please, if you are what I think you are, you know, there is always someone more dangerous. Her room is upstairs. If you are looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she has missed 2 shifts now and cannot be reached on her comm. It is unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have inaction be on my conscience. Here's the key. Alright, which door is it? Wrong one. Oop. I don't know anything about computers in this world. Alright, this is Coyote's room. Looks like Coyote keeps her clothes in boxes on the floor. Action movies and cigarette butts. Chicago. Coyote's bed has a diary with several papers sticking out of it. There's a receipt stuck between the pages and a diary entry. I came back from my shift to find 4 of Paco's goons sleeping on our apartment floor. It's getting fragging ridiculous. I want to be with him, with the real Paco, but this Cutter Drek keeps messing everything up. I love him, but he's totally different with the gang. It's how I make cash, baby, he always says. I try to tell him he doesn't need the cash. I can support us both with what I make at the Seamstresses Union, but he still goes on these runs. With these bozos all over my floor, I feel like he's just seeing how far he can push me before I kick him out. I try to be patient, but why does it have to be all one way? As soon as the last cutter was out the door, I lost it. I told him if he ever pulled Drek like that again, that he would be sleeping in the alley. Of course he begged and pleaded with me, telling me it wouldn't happen again. I don't want to deal with this anymore, but I don't want him to leave. He's the reason I got through all that stuff last year, got my bartending license, got this apartment and this life. I know he cares about me and loves me more than his involvement with the Cutters. I just wish I could slice out that gang from our life together. Slice out the fear that comes along with it. A receipt for a Browning Max Power pistol from Jin Park downstairs with a note saying how big guns on hot women turn her on. The paper has a handwritten poem on it, and a diary entry. Sometimes it seems that Paco reads my mind or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco! Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the Cutters once. He leaves the apartment with a, "See you in a few hours, babe," and returns later without comment. I don't know if it's really going to help us to avoid the subject in conversation completely, but I have felt better without our constant arguing about it. The last 2 nights I've come home from work to Paco waiting up for me, slouching on the old dumpster couch with a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key in the door, he perks up and makes himself look especially studious for when I get the door open. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love this little act. Let's just say that Paco should stick to guns and motorcycles and leave poetry to others. There is a receipt and an old photograph stuck between the pages. The photograph shows a young girl with caramel skin and dark brown hair. She has a snake wrapped around her arm, yet she is smiling. The back of the photograph has Shadow scrawled on it. A COD receipt for a special order, 5 pounds of zebra meat from Maury's Meat Emporium, located near Pike Place Market. A receipt for a wall safe, installed near the bathroom door, set to a combination of 342436. Did I read everything? I think I did. Yeah, alright. The broken mirror was hiding a small safe. Beep! And it opens. Yeah. A grenade. What was she doing with a grenade in a safe? Oh. Blah blah blah. Doesn't even have a data jack. Password. Shadow. That was a snake. I don't know. Chicago. Aw, man. Where do I find the other answer? There are a lot of question sequences that ensure that you're actually paying attention to the story. Unlike, say, Oblivion. Or, whatchamacallit? Skyrim. Maria Mercurial. She was in the Super Nintendo game. I'll get this soon enough. You just wait. Paco. Did I do that already? Oops. NQPABDST. Alright, good. Meet with Delilah about cake. Today, meet Paco for date at the Pike Place Market due in 30 minutes. Oh! Ha, that's it. Hellhounds. Alright, let's get out of here. Go to Pike Place, I guess. That's the only lead we've got. I hear a loud rumbling noise. Alright. How can I help you? Do you know Paco? He's a ganger. A member of the Cutters. He is a good kid in a nasty line of work. I warned Coyote against getting too attached to that type. They don't live long. Have you heard of Maury's Meat Emporium? No, I am a vegetarian. Did you know Jin Park sold Coyote a gun recently? I'd be more surprised if she hadn't. Bouncers can deal with most of the troublemakers, but around here, you need a gun just to take trash out to the dumpster. Coyote has a date with Paco at Pike Place Market in the next half hour. If you would go down there, it might bring me a peace of mind. I'll call a cab for you. It should be able to get you there in time. Ganbatte kudasai. Good luck. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, on second thought, I want to see if someone sells armor. I told you, it's not like that at all. Bring me proof and you shall have it. I am honored, Your Majesty. What? Nah. Magic guy. Howdy. Name's Johnny Clean. You new? Yeah, first time. Just getting a look at the place. Well, enjoy yourself. This looks like your kind of place. I'm just sweeping up a bit. Alright, you can't buy armor from anyone. Wait, who's this guy? Hey guy, I got some extra outfits I'm trying to unload. You want first dibs? I'll take a look. Alright, cool. Armor. I'll take this. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Yep. You catch a cab from Touristville to Pike Place Market in a mercifully quiet ride that takes you from probably going to be mugged to probably going to pay too much for your drinks. Compared to the urban wasteland of the Barrens, the downtown area is filled with modern buildings, lighted streets, and unbarred shops, all living beneath the shadows of massive corporate arcologies. For many, those arcologies are home. For others, they're hulking monuments to where the world went wrong. Famous for its fishmongers, Pike Place Market has been around since the early 1900s, overlooking the bay. Now, it's a market for all things legal and illegal, a melting pot of the haves and have-nots. Even though most of the shops are closed, the sights, sounds, and smells of the market hit you from the moment you step out of the cab. Alright, let's find Paco. That's probably him, right? Sir, you are a beautiful elf, but you could be so much more. That sounds great. Tell me more. Wonderful! The Universal Brotherhood is a family encompassing all metahumans, sexes, and sexualities. We all strive to be the very best we can, to live more fulfilled, happy, and productive lives, and to support each other in doing so. The first step is to simply come and listen. Tomorrow night, Lynn Telestrian will be speaking about the importance of family in the sixth world. Please join us tomorrow, and the secrets to a better life shall be revealed to you. Ugh, I probably wouldn't like him very much. Sometimes people who are too enthusiastic can be a little annoying. That's Paco, alright? Yeah, I'll talk to him. The kid in front of you sports the trademark yellow of the Cutter's gang. Young, clean-shaven, he stands like he owns the streets and everyone on it. He seems distracted though, glancing around with increasing agitation. He looks over as you approach. Watch yourself, Dandelion Eater. What do you want? Are you Paco? Yeah, might be. Who the hell are you? Relax, we're on the same team. I'm Valerian. I was just at the Union. Your girlfriend's gone missing, and I'm helping to find her. The tough guy swagger seems to drain out of Paco. The Cutter is gone, and before you stands a kid in a yellow jacket that doesn't quite fit. Coyote's missing? Oh man, that would explain. She was supposed to meet me here over an hour ago. Look, sorry for getting in your face like that. What else do you know? If she's missing, I need to find her. Ever heard of a place called Maury's Meat Market? Coyote had a receipt for some zebra meat from there. What? You've been rummaging around through her stuff? Yeah. That shop's just down the block. What the hell would she need zebra meat for, though? Beats me. Do you know a fixer named Mr. Delilah? Coyote had a meeting with him a few days ago. I know of him, sure. Blake doesn't allow any cutters to take side gigs, though, so I got no reason to deal with him. Coyote hasn't said anything about taking new work. Wait a minute, Drek! I know where she went. Damn! Why couldn't she wait? Damn it! Paco, slow down. Where did she go? The Royale Apartments. The landlord Stevie J runs a drug ring out of that hellhole. Coyote grew up there. Doesn't like to talk about it much. She's been looking for a way to settle the score with that guy for years. A few days back, I heard Mr. Delilah was looking for some runners to steal some sort of item out from under Stevie J's nose. She must have taken the job, I'm sure of it. And if his thugs caught her, I'm going over there. You coming? I'm in. Don't worry, we'll get her back. Damn right we will. I'm going to take a little break right now. Hey, there's no screensaver or nothing. Nope. I don't know. Read this for fun. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. You know, the deliberate allocation of experience points towards attributes is weird to me. I tend to like more organic methods of improvement, like, say, the Elder Scrolls series. In Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, you improve in the skills that you use, as opposed to, you know, arbitrarily increasing stuff. I guess this system is, say, more in-depth than the Final Fantasy series, where even if you're using a sword the whole time, you still get better at magic every time you level up, which doesn't make much sense, but oh well. Yeah, it's all good though. It's still fun. So, let's go find the Meat Emporium. Oops. I wonder what that is. I got dog and a stick here. Manny? The small meat stand represents an enormous diversity of dead animals, from cow and canine to the exotic and paranormal. The pictures on the back of the stand feature a much older version of the man in front of you. As soon as he notices Paco, the proprietor's eyes become hard and angry. What do you want now? We can't afford more. Relax, man. My friend just has a question. Well, everything cool here? Yeah, everything's swell. The name's Manny. Now, what do you want? What would someone want to buy zebra meat for? Some people eat it, but I wouldn't recommend that. Tough as nails. We mostly sell it to corp security teams who use it to reward their hellhounds. The flamers go crazy for the stuff for some reason. Oh, Trek! That's why Coyote wanted zebra meat. Everyone talks about the pet hellhound Stevie J keeps locked up somewhere in the Royale. And if she never picked it up... Whatever. Anything else? I have this receipt for an order of zebra meat. Still have it for me? I'll look it up. Yeah. Got it right here. 2 days past the pickup time. Didn't think anyone was gonna come for it. Here. It's all yours now. Do you know someone named Coyote? Nope. I don't go in much for that shaman stuff. What's your problem with Paco? Why don't you ask him? What the hell is that supposed to mean? It means that your gang likes to stroll through here and relieve us merchants of a new yen. My dad stood up to them, and he's still in the hospital. Look, that's not my problem. I'm at the bottom of the cutter ranks anyway. I couldn't do dreck about that, even if I wanted to. Tell that to my dad. I don't have time for this. We need to find Coyote. You're right, Paco. Let's get going. As your eyes adjust to the flashing lights, you spot the body of a woman dead on the pavement behind the police line. Panic spreads across Paco's face. Oh no. Is that Coyote? This isn't happening. God damn it. Pull yourself together. Take a look. Is that her? No, it's not her. Thank God. Look, let's not hang around here too long, alright? Too many Lone Star pigs around. It's too bad whatever happened here. I'm not going to let anything like this happen to Coyote. This is an active Lone Star investigation. Please step away from the barrier. I'm here to see Coroner Dresden. And who might you be? It's all right, officer. He's with me. Okay then, make it quick. Ooh. Someone took her out of her eyes and bit her? So, what brings you out here? Hot on the trail of the dead man's killer? Coincidence, believe it or not. I take it I've stumbled across another Ripper murder. Yeah, that's what it looks like. As you can see, the Ripper went for the eyes this time. Pretty clean work. I gotta hand it to him. Our Ripper knows what he's doing. Or she, I suppose. What do you know about the victim? Well, not much. She's been dead for about 3 hours. Her name was Lucy Warden. Worked at the Stuffer Shack just around the corner. Looks like she was just leaving work when it happened. Can you tell if she was subdued in some way before her eyes were removed? That's the strange thing. There doesn't seem to be any signs of a struggle, not a single bruise on her body, yet she was clearly alive when the eyes were taken, died of blood loss shortly thereafter. As to what knocked her out, I won't know until I run some tests back at the lab. I thought you ran the Redmond franchise. Isn't Pike Place a little far from home? Yeah, well, I don't really mind the change of scenery. The coroner for the downtown branch is out on maternity, so I told management that I'd cover for her on this one. Plus, I want the sicko caught. What about the bite marks on her arm? Ah, completely unrelated. It appears some wild dogs dragged the body out here from the alley sometime after her death. Any sign of magic use here? There was evidence of an unusual explosion in the alley where Sam died. Now, there's an interesting thought. No, nothing obvious though. I'm sure when McCluskey shows up, he'll call in a full magical forensics team though, just to be sure. So the Ripper takes Sam Watt's liver and this woman's eyes. Any theories? Trophies of some sort, I suppose. Probably of some symbolic significance to the killer. Beyond that, I couldn't speculate. That's enough questions. Thanks, Dresden. Hey, I figure if I help you out, there's a better chance to get the scumbag off the streets a little sooner. McCluskey wants the Ripper in a cell, sure, but he couldn't care less if it takes another dozen murders. Good luck out there, eh? Speaking of McCluskey, you should probably get going soon, before he shows up. So, you're the one who's working for the dead man, eh? McCluskey warned us you might be sniffing around after the Ripper. Lucky for you, I got here before McCluskey. I'm Officer Aguirre. Pleased to meet you. Now, seeing as this crime scene is going nowhere fast, what can I do for you? Can you tell me about the murder that took place here? Not much, really. We know it was about 3 hours ago, and we know that her eyes have been surgically removed. Didn't need Dresden to figure that out much out, though. He's been looking at the body though, so he might have more. Me? I've been scanning the rest of the scene and looking for witnesses, but no luck so far. Damn, Ripper might as well be a ghost. I take it you and McCluskey don't exactly see eye to eye. Let's say McCluskey and I have conflicting interests. Do you have any leads on the Ripper that I should know about? Ha! Plenty, if you ask McCluskey, but the truth is, we're as clueless as you probably are. Thanks for your time, officer. Hey, hold on a minute there. You haven't put in a donation for the Lonely Orphans Fund. The Lonely Orphans Fund? Yeah, see, you make a contribution to the fund, I put you on a list and I let you know the next time we find any orphans that you might be interested in. Well, I'm always interested in finding out about any new orphans you discover. Excellent. Shall we say 300 new yen? All right, you got a deal. Excellent. I'll start an account for you. We get any new useful leads on the Ripper, I'll give you a call. Now, I'd better get back to work before McCluskey shows up. See you around. Hello there, stranger. Might I inquire, do you know which organ grinder's facility this body will be removed to? Who's asking? No. Oh, I'm no one of consequence. Never mind, though. A good evening to you and your friend, the coroner. Huh, interesting. Well, does he have anything more to say? Need something else? Any fascinating new leads? Did you notice a particularly ugly elf standing over there in the crowd earlier? Huh? Where? He's gone now, but he was asking about the body, wondering which organ grinder's facility it will be taken to. Interesting. Well, there's those who might be interested in purchasing some of her parts, sure, but that's pretty poor form to inquire at the site of a murder. An ugly elf, eh? I'll keep an eye out. Shouldn't be too hard to spot if he comes back around. Sergeant Aguirre over there seems pretty friendly. Can I trust him? Yeah, that sounds about right. Any opportunity to get in McCluskey's way, he'll take it. A bit sleazy, sure, but I'd take Aguirre over McCluskey any day of the week. That's enough questions. Thanks, Dresden. Anytime. All right, now, hopefully we're going the right way. The orc before you wears the standard Stuffer Shack employee getup. The uniform is well kept and well fitted, but the tears streaming down his large, crooked face do little to improve his appearance. He does not seem to notice your approach. Oh, tears, not tears. Ha! Alright. Never mind. Hoi, friend. Everything okay? No, that's my friend on the pavement over there, Blind Lucy. We worked here 3 years together, and now I guess the Ripper got to her. Blind Lucy? Well, Lucy wasn't completely blind, but she was legally blind. She had to wear these huge glasses that hold things right up to her face, but she got new eyes about a year ago. Any idea how she scored the new eyes? No, she wouldn't talk much about it, just called it her stroke of good luck. I guess that luck ran out. Seen anyone strange in the store lately? I see weird stuff every day. It's a Stuffer Shack, but no, nothing stranger than usual. Well, I'm not sure. I know she had an ugly breakup with her boyfriend after getting those new eyes put in. That guy was pretty upset for some reason and wouldn't leave Lucy be until she filed for a restraining order. That all seemed to die down a while ago, though. When was the last time you saw Lucy? Here, at the shack earlier today. I think she was heading to the market to meet a friend. Well, I was going to join her on the way home, but we got some last-minute customers. That's all I needed to know. Thanks for your help, and I'm sorry for your loss. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be part of the investigation, would you? In my own way. Why do you ask? Well, Lucy had this necklace, an intricate little carving of a butterfly on it, wore it every day, said her mom gave it to her when she left Denver. Anyway, you know how Lone Star is. All of her stuff will be bagged and placed in evidence storage until the seventh world awakens. I just thought, if you could somehow get that necklace back before Lone Star cleans everything up, I could send it to her family. I feel like I owe her that much. I understand. If I can find it at the scene, I'll bring it to you. Thank you for your help, friend. You know where to find me. Uh-huh. Well, I say it doesn't do anyone any good if it's stuffed in evidence, you know? Quickness. Yes. Huh. Yep, I have a very quick character, I guess. Got it right here. I think all he has to sell is trucks. I don't know if that does me any good, but whatever. 10 new yen isn't much. Come on, guy. Let's go find Coyote. Okay, I'm ready. The Royale Apartments. You roll up on the most impressive bit of tenement squalor you've seen in a long time. There's few street lamps here, and what light there is flickers with uncertainty. Most of the buildings are damaged and tagged. The smell of old, rotting trash mixed with you don't want to know is overwhelming. It's no wonder people living here turn to BTLs. Anything is better than this. The better than life chip is the newest drug on the market. You don't need a good life. You can slot someone else's, live through them, and wreck your brain in the process. The front doors of the Royale Apartments aren't even locked. As you step inside, you hear a junkie crying for another hit. It's time to find Coyote and find out what she knows about the night of Sam's murder. The Royale Apartments, what a hole. Can't imagine what it was like for Coyote growing up here. We're here to take care of business. Let's get to it. If Coyote's here, we have to hurry. She's good, but, well, those BTL guys pay to stay well informed. They may have known she was coming. Tweaker, huh?
Please, can you spare some new yen?
Wow. Drugs are dangerous. Virtual reality can be dangerous in the same way, I think. You're not from around here, are you? I don't want any trouble. Easy, Gramps. I'm just looking for information, then I'm gone. Bad day to come around here unexpected. Bit of a commotion upstairs. Stevie's men are twitchy. This pretty young thing came through earlier, snooping around like you two are. I could tell she wasn't here for BTLs. Don't know how she got upstairs, but there was a lot more gunfire than there usually is this time of day. What happened next? A couple of Stevie's men came around, asking what anyone saw. Kept my mouth shut, I did. Where's Stevie holed up? He's got the whole top floor to himself. Fancies he's the king around here. Great. Now, this is an extraction. Hey, old man. You know how to get upstairs? You've been right friendly, but I can't get on the wrong side of Stevie J. I'm sure you understand. You've already stuck out your neck to help us. We'll find another way. Stop your pleading. Your boy has debts and we're collecting. Please, Riker, no. He's my son. Get your ass back in your squat before I break something else. I'll send him upstairs instead. You want me to give him to Stevie? Maybe after he kills that girl we caught. You pig. Give Zipper back now or you'll bleed on me. Zipper's gone. Get yourself a new kid. Oh God, no. Please, no. This is my home. Get out. What was that all about? Why do you care? It's my son. That bastard took my son. Who took your son? One of Stevie J's goons, Riker. He runs that filthy BTL squad across the hall. My son Zipper, he's not a strong boy and Riker knows it. Lured him in with those damn chips. Better than life. Ha! What life? And now they're torturing him in there. Why would they do that? Those sickos have some SimSense recording studio over there. Overheard them say they have a special guest up in the penthouse. They plan to torture her with a recording of my son dying breath. That must be Coyote. They've got her up there. Keep it together, Paco. She's still alive. Stay frosty. Yeah, you're right. I'll be okay. What about my son? I'll see if I can save your son while we're saving our friend. Thank you. So, let's steal stuff first. Drugs, huh? Haven't seen you before, guy. Looking to go somewhere special? I heard you're in the middle of a recording session. Sure am. My gear is the state of the art, if you can believe it. I've decided that I need to kick your ass. I don't know. think I like this better. That was easy. Oh, that's good. Didn't have to fight. Whew. I'm kind of tired of reading all this. Whew. All right. Hopefully everyone here is happy now. Whew. That's good. Let's get upstairs and rescue Coyote. Yeah, what do you want? I've got the BTL recording you're waiting for. About time. Give me a second here to send the elevator. Alright, let's get out of here. The Penthouse Suite. Stevie J's penthouse apartment might have been nice at one point in time, classic even, but now it's filled with neon tube lighting, broken down furniture, piles of rubbish, and crates containing who knows what. Still, compared to the rest of what you've seen, it's positively palatial. The only thing marring the penthouse's pseudo-luxury is a woman's cry of pain in the distance, followed by laughter, someone being tortured for another's pleasure. You step deeper into the apartment. Alright, let's allocate karma. Quickness all around. Let's go. About time you showed up. Well, got the goods? Huh. Wait a minute. What did he say? You'd think a shot like that would take her out because it's point blank. But guess not. Oops. You really think you can come in here and shoot up my place? Do you know who I am? Who are you? Don't you want to know who I am? You coyote? No time to talk, it's time to finish this. Oh my, there's a lot of guys here. Shoot. A grenade would do good. Oh man, she doesn't throw far. Huh. Hey. Uh-oh. Oh no. But no, I can't. Oh God. Oh no. Sheesh. Oh, what? 99% chance and it hit the one. Ah. Nope. I failed. Oh, well, I think I've had enough for now. So, hopefully that was entertaining enough to watch. So, I will... well, I will see you all later. That was Shadowrun Returns, the beginning of the main campaign. I think I've been standing for a bit too long. I'm starting not to read stuff quite so well. Later.